So what I want to talk about with this video essay is about how 3D animation is kind of taking over and becoming, especially with Disney movies, more popular than 2D animation. One of my favorite movies, WALL-E, what I think is very cool about it is that for about the first 30 minutes of the movie, there is absolutely no dialogue, and the movie is being told with visuals. It's visual storytelling at its finest. One of the last Disney movies made in 2D was Princess and the Frog, but even ever since then, Disney, DreamWorks, all the big animation companies are mainly sticking to 3D. So I'm wondering why the big draw is to 3D animation.
Lewis, you are a genius.
Just because 3D animation is more popular with these big studios does not mean there's a place for 2D. 2D is still very popular on television. You hardly even see any 3D animation on television. It's more dialogue based, and I think that you can communicate what you're trying to show to the audience with dialogue much more faster than with visual. Visual requires more time, pacing, to tell the story.
Excuse me, what the heck is Terrence?
Another aspect why 3D is more popular is for action scenes, because you can have better action scenes because you can actually have more frames per second, as opposed to 2D animation. The average frames per second is about 12. With 3D, you can have up to 60. It makes for more smooth, aesthetically pleasing for action scenes, like The Incredibles.
The building's getting weak about a second. It's gonna come down on top of it. I wanted to go bowling.
One thing that I thought was pretty interesting is today in society, communicating visually is more important than ever. Such things like GIFs serve a purpose as a little comedic relief. That's an entity in its own. But what majorly has altered the way we communicate is emojis. Emojis are just a visual little sticker that just shows so much emotion behind it, so much differently than words can. A picture is worth 1,000 words. This kind of justifies a little bit that communicating visually can grasp a sense of emotion so much differently than words can. So as I've been researching this more, I've kind of been coming to the conclusion that both animation styles have their place in the world. 3D is popular and has its place where 2D does not. They both have their strengths and can coexist. 3D's place is in visual storytelling, whereas 2D is more dialogue based. So when wondering why Disney Pixar uses 3D animation as opposed to 2D, it really just comes down to the audience. Their audience is looking for more of an animation that has a drama, has more of a storyline to it, as opposed to where 2D it's more for fast comedy. You can fit in way more into one little segment on a television show. So telling story with 3D, it's easier if you want to show motion.